In a very special way, I want to welcome each and every one of you to the session we want to carry out this evening. Our head of school, our dear parents, fellow teachers, our students, good evening. Hamjambo. Welcome to Senior High. Today we are having a transition meeting. There's a lot we are prepared for you as our parents. It's a program we started yesterday, continuing today. And I'm sure all of you are going to pick a few things which will help you understand what happens at Senior High. Without taking too much time, I want to request each and every one of you to be upstanding so that we can have our national anthem, jail prayer, and school prayer in that order.
Help us begin this event well.
Help us to begin this event well.
Protect us.
Protect us
from all evil and harm.
From all evil and harm.
Inspiring us.
Inspiring us.
The spirit of.
The spirit of.
Courtesy, compassion, and goodwill.
Courtesy, compassion, and goodwill.
Make us know.
Make us know.
That to love.
That to love.
And to be loved.
And to be loved.
Is better than all great possessions.
Is better than all great possessions.
Enable us.
Enable us.
To feel that.
To feel that.
In doing our work.
In doing our work.
We are doing thy will.
We are doing thy will.
And that in serving others.
And that in serving others.
We are serving thee. Amen.
We are serving thee. Amen.
At this point, I want to repeat maybe one line which I said. It's a transition meeting. There's a lot we are going to discuss, and without taking too much time, I want in a very special way to welcome our head of school, Ms. Sharma, to give her remarks, tell us more about what happens when we have a transition meeting, and bring the next speaker. Welcome, madam.
Dear parents, teachers, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. This is our first meeting here at Senior High. You have been a parent for last 5 years at Junior High campus. At this time, your child is very soon going to complete O-levels and is preparing to join A-levels. This is our first meeting, so it is in order that we give you some information about what Senior High is and what programs we offer here, what are the subjects we offer here. So first of all, on behalf of Senior High fraternity, I welcome you all. Thank you for having accepted our invitation. Thank you for coming straight from work. It has been a long day for you, and you have found time to be here. That's great, and we appreciate your presence. This meeting, we call it transition meeting because it is the same academy, different campus, and child is moving from one campus to another campus. As I said, he or she is now soon going to finish O levels and will join A level section. So the objective of this meeting is that we give you a brief introduction of our campus. As I said, the child is going to soon join A levels, and some of you maybe do not have enough or a lot of information about A levels. What is A levels? In the full term, it is called Advanced Level Qualification. What child is sitting for now is IGCSE, International General Certificate of Secondary Education. What he's going to complete is the basic school level education. Then he will join Advanced Level Qualification. It is a 2-year course. And at this stage, it is very important for a child to do A levels before he goes to university, because this is one of the requirements to get admission in universities. Yes, there are many colleges and vocational centers available, but they will not give a university degree. The child will not receive a university degree. So A level is the gateway to university education. So what is the advantage for a child to enroll in this course? A-level subjects are taught in depth. It is like a pre-university course. A student is able to understand the complexity of the subject before he finally selects the discipline he wants to study at university. Students also learn important skills like organization, self-discipline, communication skills, and he or she is able to communicate ideas effectively, and also how to see a task from the beginning to the end. When a child completes O-level education, he is still young. He needs to learn all this under the care and guidance from teachers. And a school scenario can provide all that guidance and care. At the time when child finishes IGCSE, is just 16 years old, not so ready to join, to be away from home and join a college or a university. But another 2 years with parents, with teachers, will give him enough time to develop more, to have maturity in the behavior. And I must say that the teachers at senior high are very experienced, not only in teaching the subject, but they are also very experienced in building a good rapport with teenagers. So in that way, we need to make a wiser choice. At senior high, we have small classroom size. On an average, there are 21 or 22 students in class. However, in some subjects, there are even less than that, like 18, 17, that number, depending on how students choose subjects. Of course, maths and sciences are very popular subjects, and those classroom sizes are big. Business subjects are also very popular, and we have a high number of students in accounting and business studies. Subjects like sociology, psychology are very popular, computer science, very popular, but we know that it is a certain aptitude you have to have for such subjects and interest, and your focus on what kind of career you want to choose. So those students who are very focused that I'm going to go in the field of computer science, so I will choose computer science or IT, those are the students who will go in those classes. But on an average, 21 or 22 is the number of students in class. We have friendly and caring environment with excellent support from our support staff, good facilities. This in turn creates an exceptional learning environment for the students. Those who have already gone to the tour and seen our classrooms, our labs, science labs, IT labs, the section of BTech program that you can confirm that yes, the facilities are all great facilities, good facilities for students to have their good learning environment. We offer two programs, A-level program. Under that, we have certain subjects under Cambridge examining body and some subjects under Pearson and Excel. Cambridge and Pearson and Excel are two different examining bodies. Some subjects are offered under Cambridge, some subjects are offered under Excel, but that does not make any difference. At the end of 2 years, students get the certificate from both the examining body. If a student has chosen subjects only from Cambridge, so he will get the certificate from Cambridge only. At the end of 2 years, they both are at par and equally qualify to get admission in university. An A grade from Cambridge examining body is not higher or different than A grade of Pearson and Excel. Both examining bodies are equally recognized by all universities all around the world. Then we offer BTech program. BTech is more of a vocational education program. Those children who have interest in things doing by hand, they enjoy that program. The students who are not the type who to sit and read the book and sit and do the exam for 2 hours, if they are not used to this type of traditional way of learning, then this is the program for them, BTech program. Those who enjoy doing the work by hand, those who enjoy doing research, preparing projects, those who enjoy preparing their writing assignments, those who enjoy visiting the industries or companies and come back and write a report according to the assignment they have given. It's a very interesting, very enjoyable program, but very intense also. Student has to be really very hardworking and good in time management, those who are in BTech program. So BTech program, what we offer is level 3. There are many levels on it, but here we offer a level 3, which qualifies them to go to university. After this, they can go to level 4 BTech or they can go to university. This is also 2 years program. So A-level student will take 2 years to finish the course. BTech student will also take 2 years to finish the course. And both are at par to get admission in universities. These are the deadlines. Return the transition form by Monday, 24th of March. After we receive the transition form, by then students have already done mock exams at junior high. So we will also receive the results of mock examination. Once we have the mock exam results, we will send you a provisional admission offer letter by Friday, 11th of April. So, once you have that, the deadline to make the payment for transition fee is Wednesday, 23rd April. There is a letter also. The reference of the letter is transition to senior high. All these dates are there in that letter as well. And the deadline for making the payment for transition fee. Once you receive the offer letter, please make arrangement to make the payment. If you have any query regarding the choice of subjects, feel free to visit us here anytime. We are more than happy to help you in subject selection. However, if you miss the deadline of making the payment of transition fee, I would like to tell you that the application is treated as a new applicant. Then a new applicant, you will be required to pay the admission fees. Then term 1 begins in August, last week of August, last Monday of August, we will start term 1. So that means by this time, all students are settled with their subjects and teachers can move on teaching A-level curriculum. I would like to also mention one more thing here. A-level syllabus is very vast. It is deep in knowledge, understanding, and students and time is less. How is it less? Term 1 and Term 2 are the only two terms available for teaching and learning. Term 3, the better part of the term goes in examination mode. So teachers need to finish their syllabus well on time. They also need to have some time for revision so that when final exams come in April, they are ready for their exams. So teaching them for 3 weeks early before their results come out, it helps all of us. And by the time term 1 starts, everyone is settled and we move on to complete the syllabus. The basic or the major information I have shared with you, but the details of the subjects, details of the academic program, both A-level and BTech, my colleagues will share with you. Otherwise, mine is to say thank you so much for coming. Welcome once again. And I would like to leave the time for other speakers to talk and share the information with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the welcome address and also introductory remarks on what is being offered here. Now, as we were starting, we said that this is our first transition meeting for incoming Year 12 parents. We should say the new senior parents who are coming to our campus, so feel very much welcome. So lined up for us, as Madam has told us, a few speeches on the areas she has highlighted on our academics. We are going to have our teaching and learning coordinator on BTech program, on careers, and so many more. So without much ado, let's welcome Mr. John Mugo. He is our teaching and learning coordinator.
Welcome to senior high. I know last year we had a talk with you at junior high. Now time has come when these children are coming. In this school, we know at junior high they are taking 9, 8 subjects, but here they will take 4 subjects, all of them. At A level, 4 subjects, depending on the career path. And in the envelope you are going to get, one of the documents, it lays down all the subjects and the career path. So please go through that document very well so that the choice of subject is done correctly. Now, what is the requirement to come to senior high? A minimum of 5 C grades. A minimum of 5 C grades for A level. And the subjects that are here, and these subjects, they are 17. 8 are from Cambridge. The Cambridge ones are law, psychology, sociology, global perspectives, history, geography, psychology, sociology, IT, and computer science. The other remaining mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, accounting, business, economics, English language and English literature are under Pearson and Excel. Now, the red ones, a child cannot take these 5 subjects if that child has not done them at IG. At IG. The red ones. A child cannot come and say, I want to do maths. I know at junior high, everyone takes maths. However, mathematics, if a child is taking core mathematics, still that child does not qualify to do A-level mathematics. So, the only person from junior high who does not qualify to do maths at senior high is a child who has taken core mathematics. And of course, the child is not interested in maths. Again, English. Every child is doing English. And again, a child who is taking this, because English and maths are not compulsory here, They form part of the career path. To take these 5 subjects, a child must score a minimum of C grade. That's very key, to take these subjects. So a child will not take chemistry, biology, one subject is missing, sorry for that. Physics is here, sorry for that. Physics is here. So a child who has not scored C in physics, C in biology, C in chemistry, C in maths, and a C in English, you cannot take those subjects at this level. Then what happened to all those subjects? Those subjects, they can be taken at A level without having them taken, if the child had not taken them at junior school. Junior school. They were very happy to hear that. I told you last time, they keep on changing the career. Some of them are saying, now I want to do geography, but the junior high did not do. So they have the opportunity of taking them at this level, those subjects on the blue side. Having said that, IT and computer science, a child cannot take both. You know, at the junior they are taking ICT. Here we call it information technology. A child cannot take IT and the computer science. You take one of them. Remember, you are combining this one depending on the career path of the child, and you get this information from the transitional document that you get. Now, when it comes now to mathematics, this is where we had an issue now, yesterday. Please, talk to them. They seem to have a negative attitude about math. They kept on saying, why math? If I want to do accounting, why math? Economics, why math? Please, it is important they have basic skills of math. The mathematics, the biggest department in this school, with the 5 teachers, we have 4 levels of mathematics. This is why I do not want us to go wrong. We have the common one, A-level mathematics, whereby after 2 years, the child will have done 6 units. 2 in AS, that is year 12, 2 in A2. 3 in AS, 3 in A2, total 6. This A-level mathematics, who takes this? We have 2 options, statistics and mechanics. Statistics, the most popular one, is for students who are going to do business subjects, dentistry, medicine, pharmacy, accounting and finance is there. Although for accounting and finance, we request them to have the other options. It demands for higher levels of math, but they can still do accounting and finance with the statistics option. It is for pharmacy, dentistry, medicine, business subjects, accounting and finance. Mechanics option. This is for students who are not so good in maths, but they want to do engineering, and more so aeronautical engineering, mechanical engineering, and architecture. Mechanical, aeronautical, and the architecture, that's a very good option, mechanics option. So even if the child is not so good in math, and they score a minimum of C in IGCSE maths, we call it 0580, they can come and do mechanics option. Who qualified to do that? A minimum of C grade to do A-level maths. The students who are good in maths, but they do not want to take 9 units or 12 units, but they are good in maths, and they want to do engineering, whether it is robotic, mechanics, mechatronics, electrical, electronics, material, civil engineering, aeronautical, all types of engineering, actuarial science, accounting and finance, A-level pure maths is a good option for them. It is high level of maths. They want to do engineering, they want to do actuarial science, they want to do accounting and finance, but they do not want to take many units of maths. They go for A-level pure maths. But who qualifies? An A-star in their IGCSE maths. 0580 A-star, not A-star. I know some of you, they come with 1 less grade, they say, you know, I was 1 mark 2, an A-star. No, it is still an A. It is still an A. Now, they are good students in maths, very good in numbers. Right now at junior high, we have 30 students doing additional maths. 606, 30 of them. They will go for 3 and 4. AS further maths, they take 9 units after 2 years, and the A-level further maths, 12 units after 2 years. These A-level further maths, those are 2 A-levels already. A child will be awarded 2 A-levels. So if a child is now taking 4 subjects, for example, 3 sciences and the A-level further maths, that child will have 5 A-levels. At the end of 2 years, that child will have 5 A-levels, not 4 A-levels. And in number 3, AS further maths, that is 1.5 A-levels. So, who qualifies for 3 and 4? These are the students who are doing additional maths at junior high, 606. But doing is one thing, qualifying is another one. So who qualifies for 3 and 4? A-star in IGCSE Maths 580 and an A in additional maths. I can see students who are here, they are be shocked. Don't be shocked, you will get them. A-star in 0580 and an A in 606. Please, this is a very good option, especially for students who want to do engineering in the US and Canada, where they want many units of maths. So if you want to go to those countries to do engineering, including software engineering, then when you take many units of maths here, doing further maths, you have an added advantage. I think with that, let me leave it there so that you can absorb that one. It is simple, understandable, but during question and answers, we shall really answer your questions. Thank you. Enjoy your evening.
Good evening, parents and the teachers present in this meeting this evening. I'm going to take a few minutes also to share some information about BTEC. A little bit of it was mentioned by the head teacher. So BTEC basically is a program that is an alternative to the students who would wish to take BTEC and they have done much about examinations in the O-level and any other examination system they have done. So BTEC stands for Business Technology Education Council. As the head teacher said, it's examined by Pearson. It's a program that takes 2 years, and it's equivalent to 3 A-level subjects. Okay, so why study the BTEC program? It has quite a number of opportunities to offer the students. There is no lesser program to the other. They are both equivalent. As I said, it's equivalent to 3 A-level subjects. So there's so many opportunities that each subject that will offer, and the students learn by doing, as the head teacher said. I'm not going to mention some of the information, and they are guided from the beginning to the end. We have BTech Art and Design, we have BTech Entrepreneurship and Enterprise, we have BTech in Hospitality, and we have BTech in Sports. I'm going to share some of the activities that are done in each subject so that you can have an idea of what actually happens at each subject. For the art and design, the students who have a passion in design, the students who have a passion in drawing and learning practically, the kind of assessments that we look at here is how the assessments are in form of scanned artworks. We have students taking photographs, we have students making oral and video presentations. As you can see, probably the photos might not be visible to the people seated at the back, but we have students presenting work that they have showcased, or they're showcasing work that they have actually designed. We have students on practical activities internally here at school and also outside school. As you can see, they're busy preparing their artworks and their pieces of art. For BTech, before I go to the BTech Enterprise, the students who would wish to progress to university and study fine arts, interior design, those students who would want to pursue architectures and other programs which are creative arts and all that, those are the students who would want to pursue the program in BTech Art and Design. And then in BTech Enterprise and Entrepreneurship, for students who would want to understand more about how to set up a business, students who would also want to learn about what different kind of work they would do in the business world. So those are the kind of students who would take this. As you can see on the photos there, just a few of the activities I picked, some among the activities they have done. They go for work placements, they go for work shadows, they do presentations as well, they engage in conversations with the experts in the industry, and the assessment will be in the form of reports, oral presentations, video presentations, essays. As you can see, they make presentations before a given audience. They engage in the industry with experts. As you can see there, they're doing business networks. They're taught how to do that. So they become experts. They want to know how they can become a CEO, they can become entrepreneurs, they can become employers of tomorrow. Those are the people who take the business. In business, before I talk about hospitality, in business you find that we are making human resource managers, we are making CEOs, we are making accountants, we are making marketing experts and all that. So those are the people we are looking for to study the BTech Entrepreneurship. In hospitality, the students who have a passion in hospitality industry, whereby they would come up with businesses like travel and tourism businesses, people who would want to know more about how to deal with customer service at any of the hospitality companies, hotels included. So you can see, we prepare them to know what they are supposed to be in the future. So we have students there, as you can see on the photos, trying to work shadow, and they're given work, real practical work that they need to know and how it happens in the industry. Then we have BTech Sport. We have students who have a passion in sport, different sporting activities, different sports careers. They can become sports psychologists, sports nutritionists, physiotherapists. We have kinesiology, sports medicine, and sports science. Those are the students we are making by teaching them more about BTech Sports. Assessments, more or less the same. Their activities are both also inside and outside the classroom environment. They go for different activities. As you can see, we also invite guests to mentor them about what the sporting world has for them. They go out and learn on different areas of sports. Now, how do we assess the BTechs? Each of the subjects that I've talked about has different units. It's broken down into different units. So in every term, a student will take at least 3 units. Just like in university, the way we have different units taught in each term. And at the end of the term, students are given like term papers or projects to do. So that is the equivalent, the way the system is structured. The assessment will start from the beginning of the term once we start the teaching, and will be they will do those assignments throughout the term. At the end of the term, they will submit their presentations, their assignments. We call them the type of evidences that we are looking at to be able to understand whether the student has actually learned throughout the term. They will be marked by us as the internal teachers, and then we will be able to send the work to the UK for external marking. We call it moderation, or the second round marking by external examiners. Once that is done, then the grades can be confirmed. At the end of the term, we always give students report cards to show that these are the grades they have attained. Then we call those provisional results. At the end of the external marking, we have the confirmed grades that they have achieved. So how do we grade the BTEC? It is slightly different from how the A-level marking is done. We do not give any marks for the BTEC grading. We have the grading system there. The letters D star stands for distinction star. Distinction is a D, and merit is noted by an M, and then we have a pass noted as P, and ungraded as a U. Now, a D star is equivalent to A level, A star. A D is an A. In BTEC, we do not have a B, so we skip. Merit is equivalent to a C, and we do not have a D, and pass is equivalent to an E. And a student who doesn't have a pass, that means they have not met the minimum requirements of passing the paper or the assignment that they are given, so they are ungraded. A student will be given a chance to resubmit the paper immediately after the U is awarded or a grade is awarded. They have one chance to improve the assignment or the work that they have submitted, so that they can be able to improve the grade. That's the beauty about BTEC, because they do not have to wait until the next examination system, or just like A-level, to be able to receipt the paper. They receipt immediately. The work is marked by the internal teacher. They will be given one resubmission period to improve the work before it is sent to the UK. At least that's they have a chance to improve their work. At the end of the 2 years, the students will attain a triple grade. As I said, just like the A-level, the three grading system is equivalent to the way it is marked in A-level. So as the head teacher said, there is no lesser program. They are both intense programs. The only thing is the different style of delivery and also the grading. But at the end of the program, they will attain 3 grades, and the 3 grades are equivalent to 3 A-level subjects. So if a student attains triple distinction star, it is equivalent to a student who attains a triple A star in A-level. If it is 2 distinction star and a distinction, it means it's 2 A's and 2 A stars and A. So in that order, depending on the quality of work. Again, in BTEC, we are looking at the quality of work and not the quantity, so that is why we do not have the marks. At the end of the program, they can apply to the same universities, they can get the same opportunities out there, depending on the subject they're studying. Now, the requirements of BTEC, joining BTEC. We normally say that for you to join any program, make sure you pass maths and English, because we need students who have numerical skills. We need students also to have the language of instruction, which is basic English. They must attain a minimum of C, and any other subjects that if they want to progress to university, of course they will need at least 5 credits including maths and English and any other subjects that related to what they're going to study in university. I will also wish to end it there, just in case you have any questions. We will have a question and answer session. Thank you very much and have a good evening.
So the next speaker is going to speak something different, because we have a very active co-curricular department in Oshwal Senior High. So I want to welcome Ms. Margaret Kindiki to talk about our co-curricular activities. Let's welcome her.
Well, much has been talked about academics. True, This is an academic institution. We need to learn. We need to get the grades and progress academically. We do BTech, learn by doing, get the right skills for the right business or the right sporting activity or the best career that is ahead of us. However, as we do that, we also integrate with some co-curricular activities that we carry out outside the formal academic setup. I am saying formal because for us to get these grades in these subjects, we need to sit in a class and be taught. And at the end of it, we are graded, we are assessed, and then we are given a certain grade that denotes our qualification. But here, outside class, we are also active to participate in various activities. However, they are meant to, I can say, complement our learning. They give us time to reflect on issues that also can build us. And they also contribute when you come to the overall development of the child for the 2 years that you're going to give as your child here at senior high. And in these activities, broadly, we classify them into 2 areas. And one of the major areas is we hold them as different clubs. Yes, you may have many clubs, yes, but there are those that you work with within senior high that you can accommodate according to a program within the few time allocated for the same. And then we have ways that we reach out to the society that surrounds us through the corporate social responsibilities that we handle, at least to integrate with the society around us. And also it serves as an opportunity to expose our students that they may not all qualify to be prefects, but when you come to a club activity, we can also give them a position of leadership where they are going to express themselves as an outdoor activity. Now, I may not mention one by one, but this summarizes the clubs we have at senior high. Every Wednesday from 2:10, each of the students is supposed to be in one of these clubs, and it's a compulsory it's a requirement for all of them. So you can talk to them, at least they join one of these clubs, can be triggered probably by their interests, probably out of the passion of what they like to do, and also something that probably can line according to their career. So all that said and done, I would say that we look forward to working with you, that to have a wholesome child at the end of the 2 years for the benefit of both us as a parent and the society at large. Encourage your child at least to be in one of the Wednesday club. Encourage your child to take part. It boosts their CV. It boosts their recommendation to the university. It can go an extra mile even to enable them get a scholarship for their higher learning. Thank you so much. Looking forward.
Without co-curricular activities, getting a scholarship becomes very rare. I can say it like that. But because I'm not in the best position to explain that, let me call upon our career advisor, Ms. Nora, to take us through.
A very good evening to you, dear parents. Thank you so much for being here. We are so honored to have your presence. My name is Ms. Nora. I'm the careers advisor. And as Mrs. Sharma had already mentioned, that we have a very vibrant career services because of what we do. And just to echo what Ms. Margaret has said, sometimes extracurricular is very important. We've had students missing universities, very top universities because of extracurricular activities. So they go to a university that they didn't want to. All right. So careers department, what do we do? For our role, we expose the students we expose them to careers, we expose them to career talks, university representatives, we invite them from different universities all over the world. whereby they give talks of what is expected of the students, how they can apply for scholarships as mentioned, and also what they need to do to make sure that they get to universities. Also, we do expose them to career fairs. We always hold international career fairs. We hold Kenyan University Fair. We hold Australian University Fairs. We make sure that we expose them to the universities as many as we can. We can have it here at Oshwal, or we can go outside our schools where other schools are offering. Okay, we invite guests, speaker events, and industry-related activities. Most of this last one where we invite the speaker, and it was done by BTech teacher, whereby they invite the business moguls to give talks to the students. They understand how it is to run a business, and it becomes really good and helpful for the students. We also assist in application, whereby every other country, I know there are different countries, they have different ways of applying. Now this is our core business. We teach them, we expose them to the different countries. What do they need? First, we tell them one thing that is similar with all the university application is number one, they need their transcripts, IGCSE transcripts, and then we have the AS transcripts and also predicted grades, because they are not yet done with the year 12s. And then they will need recommendation letters from teachers and also myself. So we assist in all these. All right, now university application, also scholarship application, this is our area of expertise. We also assist the students in resume writing from the time they get to year 12. The moment they come here on the first day, they are in our hands, we start teaching them. How do they write their resume? What do they need? The skills. What Miss Margaret has talked about. Community service. It is very important that they have them in their CV. We also assist in them applying for internships. And sometimes we ask parents to help us if they have businesses, companies where these students can volunteer. This would be really helpful to us as a department. And also interview skills. Allow me to talk about something really, really interesting about these. We also do mock interviews for them. This year we had a session with just one of the university, and we prepared one of our students who did an interview, and because of how good she was in an interview, she got our scholarship worth of 40% in one of the best university in the world. That is La Roche. Very amazing. So she was an hospitality student. We are looking forward. Once we have all the details, we'll share with you. All right, we also do career counseling. We provide one-on-one, not only like in groups, but one-on-one career counseling. Sometimes parents are like, they don't know what they want to do. It's okay. They come here, they don't even know what they want to do, or they come and change. We have seen that, like in 2003, I had a student, one of our students, right now she's in Malaysia. One of those students wanted to do medicine. So she went to do her internship. And while there, something happened. She was in a hospital, and it was the maternity ward, and there was an infection. One lady, something happened. She just gave me, just details that this lady came back because she had an infection on the wound, and the hospital didn't really help. And this student was really touched. Why would they do that? Is it because this lady doesn't have money, or why? And then she came back and told me, Miss Nora, I think I don't want to do medicine anymore. And I'm like, why? Why did you change? She told me of all this story, and she told me she wants to do law. You can imagine, from medicine to law. And sometimes you want to understand their thought process. Actually, she's doing really well where she is currently. We still keep in touch. All right, we also help the students identify their strengths and interests and their passions. Some things, they come in and they tell us, they're really open when they come to the careers office. They're like, I really want this, but my parents want this. Yeah, they complain that, they tell me, they report you to me. Like, their parents want me to do this, my parents want me to do this course in this line, And I tell them it's okay because we have to work all together. So that's why we have sessions whereby we invite the students so that we can listen to each other and find a way, because we also need your guidance. As much as I'm also guiding them, we also need your support, right? All right, then we also collaborate with the school, staff, parents, and community at large. That is due to community service. We want these students to learn how to give back, and it is really, really helpful. All right, so I will just a little bit teach you about application process and of different countries, and I'll just talk about Oshwal as a whole. Oshwal has, the students normally go to certain countries. We have seen the trend with Oshwal students. So we have the UK, we have Canada, we have Australia, we have the USA. These are the countries that most of our students go to. And therefore I decided, let me just give you a taste of everything so that you can understand what you will meet once the students come here and they are applying for universities. So let's look at the application timelines for the United Kingdom. So the UK, it's a pretty forward application process where the students will apply through UCAS. So what is UCAS? UCAS is the Universities and Colleges Admission Service, which is an application system. The students fill out the information with my help sometimes when they're stuck, and then now we start doing the application. The students apply to 5 universities and they pay just a small fee of 28 pounds, sorry for that. So with the UCAS application, it opens in early September, and the deadline for most courses is in January. However, I need to bring this to your attention that some courses have earlier deadlines. That is like medicine. Medicine students, their deadline will be earlier. That is on the 15th of the other month. That is in October. So we start preparing the students early, and some of them will do, not some, or will do an entrance exam. All right, looking at timelines in the USA and the application system, pretty much almost the same. They have an application system that is the common application, the in full, where it typically opens the same time in August, towards the end of August. And once they come back, we start with the application process. Remember what I said, they all need their transcripts, letters of recommendation, their transcripts and letters of recommendation. Application timelines in Canada, these changes a little bit. So for UK and Canada, we see that they have a system where they can apply. But for Canada, they apply directly to the universities, except when the student is applying to Ontario, the province of Ontario, where they have the OUAC. That is the Ontario Universities Application Center. So students going to Ontario, they apply through the OUAC or the OCAS, the Ontario Colleges Application Service. And if they're applying to the British Columbia, they apply through the Education Planner BC. All right, to look at the timelines in Australia. When you look at Australia, it's a bit different because these students will have to apply the next year, not in September, the next year. It typically opens in April or May for the following academic year. And the students, we will discuss the universities, but it's advisable that the student uses an agent because that's what the embassy requires, that the student uses an agency. Therefore, we recommend any agency that you feel or deem really good that you can use, which is okay. All right, so changing landscape of international education. Really, I decided to put this slide because I wanted to bring to your attention that we have seen a shift from the typical countries that we have, Australia, Canada. Students are shifting. They are shifting to Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland, Singapore, Eastern Europe, and Asia. We've had students show interest in Turkey, Cyprus. We've had them show interest in Hungary. We find that the reason for this, sometimes it's cheaper, Yes, the education system is cheaper there. Look at medicine. Medicine, maybe in the UK, it is very expensive, and then compared to Hungary, you'll end up paying around 2.5 million Kenyan shillings for the same course per year. So it becomes cheaper than the other. We have seen that. The same with university, with Cyprus. We've had students apply to University of Nicosia, and they all get at least 50% scholarship when they apply to Cyprus. There is that shift, and I thought I should bring this to your attention also. Sometimes as parents, you need to understand this so that we can also look at other options as well. All right, we talked about BTech, and parents always have these questions. Do universities accept BTech? The answer is yes, because all these that you see here are universities that we've taken our students. I made sure that I had included the universities we have taken our students. For UK, they are more than that. Any other country, they are more than that. But these are just some of the universities that we've taken our students. So with BTech Sports, this is where, for the past 4 years, we've taken our students. USA, Canada, Australia, Malaysia, Kenya. Yes, Kenya. We have taken our students with BTech. So if your child is considering to do BTech, her future or his future is well taken care of. For art and design, same. The US, the UK, Canada, Australia, Malaysia, Kenya, and even more. This year I've seen students show some interest in Turkey. Some of our students have applied there also. Universities that accept BTech in hospitality, as I mentioned, Switzerland is one of the best in the world, and as I've said, we have one of our students who has gotten 40% scholarship to study in one of the best universities in the world in hospitality, La Roche. So one of our students will be going to Switzerland, USA, University of Florida, it's there. They accept hospitality, Canada, Malaysia, UK, name it. And BTech Enterprise and Entrepreneur, the same thing. Kenya, Australia, Canada, UK, US, all these countries do accept our students. All right, I want to thank you all for listening. Thank you so much. And dear parents, this is the best place you can bring your child.
Good evening. It has been a long evening. And the disadvantage of speaking last is that everyone will have spoken. But I'll try as much as possible not to repeat in the interest of time. Something for the parents to note, a point of emphasis. We talked about the transition fee that you're going to pay as part of your transition to senior high. That fee is part of term 1 fees. So whatever fee it will be for term 1, it will be less whatever you have paid during the transition period. Now, the dates for payment of the term 1 fee will be communicated. But for the transition fee, it will be in the transition documents that you received. Now, another point to note, the transition fee is non-refundable. What do we mean by that? The students will come here in June for 3 weeks. That's the time they will be required to pay that transition fee. After the results, if you decide that your child will not continue with our in term 1, then that fee is not refundable. It's important to note that. Thank you. Now, in case, for example, there is, we are all different. They have dispensed a lot of information, and there could be a point that was not clear to you. We are going to have another session, maybe as we take tea. You can approach the person concerned and ask that question at that personal level. So we shall provide any clarification that you may need even after this. Now, Mr. Richard talked about discipline. I am not going to talk to you so much about the discipline, but there are 2-3 things that I would want you to note. as you plan to transition to senior high. Late coming. Our school starts at 7:50 and ends at 3:45. So those are the timings we expect that we shall be with your child, and we expect that you'll be bringing them on time. We get so many excuses. There was traffic, my Uber didn't come on time. But when we asked to see the time the Uber was requested, you find a student requested for Uber at 7:49. And they're supposed to be coming to school at 7:50. Surely, it does not work like that. So what do we do when your child comes in late? One, a child who comes in late, we shall first listen to the reason. Of course, sometimes even when you are coming to work, you may find that there was an accident, for example, on Waiyaki Way, and that will not affect traffic on Limuru Road. So, we are also conversant, we come from different directions and we know some inconveniences. But one of the things we shall not entertain, remember we have a population of over 300 students. You can imagine if we have 20 students we are listening to every morning about why they came in late. So this is what will happen. Your student or your child, if you are the one who is dropping him or her, you will sit with them at the reception until I or Mrs. Sharma are available to listen to you. If it happens to be on a Monday, it is during the time we have assembly, and we may be able to see you after 9 a.m. That is, if I don't have a class. If I have a class, I'll come to listen to your explanation. If it makes some form of reasonable excuse, you might be lucky to be allowed in, or we might ask you to go back with your child so that tomorrow you come in on time. Why do we do that? A student who comes in late causes a lot of inconveniences to the following people. One, the receptionist who has to receive him or her. The school, the guard at the gate, because they have to be escorted to the reception to ensure that they don't sneak to class. Then there is also myself or Mrs. Sharma. I was in class, there are students who came in class and I have to attend to you, and I'm not going to leave those students who are on time to come and attend to you. And finally, you as the parent will be forced to sit at the reception, wait for us to attend to you. And finally also, you can imagine now it is past 9 and you have to go to work and you have to go back to with your son or daughter. To avoid all this, ensure that you come to school on time. That is something we are trying very much to deal with, and you can only help us. There are those parents who will wake up very early and you leave your 17-year-old sleeping, hoping that the alarm will wake them up. Can you remember your time when you're at that age? The bed was the most comfortable place to be in. So please ensure that you know where you live, you know the state of traffic, ensure that you can. The school is open as early as 7 a.m. So please ensure that you bring your child on time. Number 2, I said that school ends at 4:30. No, 3:45, sorry. Lessons ends at 3:45. We are having a situation whereby some students are picked as late as 5:30. The latest we shall allow you or your child to be in school is 4:30. That is to take care of, maybe you are picking one student from junior high and you have to beat traffic to be here by 4:30. But 5:30 is not acceptable, because where is the teacher who is going to stay with your child until that time? The issues of child protection. So ensure that you organize with your child. If they have to ask for request for Uber or get a reliable school transport to be in school to leave the school by latest 4:30, unless we are having sporting activities, and that communication will come to you. Our academy has zero tolerance on substance abuse. I know they look at us as, they call us dinosaurs. We are old school. There are some things that you may allow at home, but as a school we may not allow. Some of you or some of the students will argue that, but we do this at home. We do this in family gatherings. So a lot of them will come with a lot of excuses about why they're involved in vaping. One of the most addictive substances in the current world. You don't need to take three or four puffs. I don't know whether it's tobacco, I don't know what is in there. But students are using it. So whether they are using it at home, any students who helping mean even providing contacts for the suppliers are considered to be using it, we shall expel them. We have done it, and we shall continue to do it. So our business is to bring up students or young adults who are responsible, drug-free, so that we can be able to build a better future. Now, sometimes we know that these children are turning 17, 18. By the time they come to us, they will be celebrating their 17th birthday or 18th birthday. There are a lot of things that come at that age, and most of them will organize very many functions. There will be weddings, cousin weddings to attend, driving license to go, they are very excited. Organize those functions outside of school hours. Now, the other thing that we are not going to do is to give alternative exams or assessments to students. Our school calendar is issued at the start of every term. So it will give you the calendar of events for the term, and therefore we should be able to work with that, because we are not going to change our dates to accommodate the various requests that may come up. If your child misses an exam, and it is one of the exams that the universities had requested for, maybe for consideration for admission, then I don't know what you're going to do. But exams, we don't offer alternative exams. We all have same exams to provide the same standards of assessment. Now to my vote of thanks. I would want to express my gratitude to all of you for creating time to be with us and honoring this invitation. As a school, we are proud to have you as prospective parents, and we know that you are going to walk this journey together. To the parents, we thank you for entrusting us with your sons and daughters. We hope that by the end of 2 years, we shall give you young adults who will be responsible and you'll be proud of senior high. To our academic consultant, Mrs. Chotai, thank you for your guidance and leadership. To our campus, to our SLT members, the people you see around, seated on your right, on your left, without them, in the leadership of Mrs. Sharma, we would not be wherever we are. This event has been successful because we work as a team. Thank you so much for your time, members of the SLT. To our support and technical team, I'm sure you have seen a lot of movement around the sound, the lighting. All that is because we have another team supporting us behind the curtains, and we also want to thank them. We look forward to a fruitful and future engagement.